just thought they were kings of the world. Well, they were surrounded by all these women fawning over them.
The only time they had a horrible time was when I asked them to jump off that very high rock.
It was 25 feet high. And here's a guy that supposedly was James Bond all those years ago. My knees shook. And we did it. We did it.
Who's giving you away tomorrow?
We've been lucky. All these guys wanted to do this movie. So we all knew before they were on that they actually could sing.
Where are those happy days? They seem so hard to find. Oh my God, what have I done? I'm gonna have to sing. I'm gonna have to sing opposite Meryl Streep. I thought, oh dear, give me strength.
I just was knocked out by the timbre of Pierce's voice. It's got that growly rock quality. It's really sexy.
So when you're near me, darling, can't you hear me? SOS.
They're just sweet, charming individuals. I feel like they were my buddies.
Promise.
Going back to where it all began, it's time for number 5 on the countdown.
There's a real story behind the story.
Mamma Mia is the brainchild of Judy Kramer, a die-hard ABBA fan who wanted to build a musical around the popular tunes.
I don't want to talk.
The story for me was Winner Takes It All, the big ballad, the big 11 o'clock number, as they say on Broadway, and that song was my inspiration.
The winner takes it all.
I didn't really care whether it was a film or a show at the beginning, as long as I could use those bloody songs, really.
Money, 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 must be funny.
I was really protective about the work with ABBA because I feel proud of that. And I was a bit worried that if you want to do something else with it, what will it come out like?
That was what drove it. They're ABBA songs, not changed at all, find the story. Judy sent me home with the ABBA back catalogue, and I just sat there and read every single lyric. And as I read, the ideas started to sort of evolve.
I sent the invites. My mom doesn't know anything.
Finally, she came up with this script. Can you imagine how difficult that would be? You can choose from 100 songs, and you pick these songs, and you say, well, now I'm going to write something to make this work. Catherine did that, and it's incredible.
I wanted to get married knowing who I am.
That doesn't come from finding your father.
Take a chance on me.
From that moment, I was not hesitant anymore, so I had to tell Judy that she was right.
We always joke because Benny was quoted once that Mamma Mia is really the story of Judy Kramer and two blokes with beards who kept saying no. And it has been a journey of learning to realise that no means yes.
Oh my God!
Coming up, who said acting's easy?
Meryl runs up this huge stone staircase that just looks like it's miles high.
It just doesn't stop, these steps. It's really the stairway to heaven.
And why this flick's all about the chicks.
There's no doubt that the 4 women have the limelight, and the guys are there to support.
I won't be muscled out by an ejaculation.
Next on 10 Most Excellent Things, Mamma Mia. Coming in at number 4, the movers and shakers that really make Mamma Mia rock.
It ain't easy being a dancing queen. Or king.
The Mamma Mia cast has some Hollywood heavyweights who've done plenty of physical roles, but dancing and singing, not so much.
Nobody in Mamma Mia is like a professional singer or dancer. The singing and the dancing will, I think, seem kind of funnier and more human. It's not super slick or polished.
Meryl had a lot of technical challenges, sort of singing and sliding down banisters at the same time, reeling off the side of a building and singing.
Every single piece of this was like a chance to do something that nobody else in the world would ask me ever to do. I just felt like I was getting the golden opportunity of my life.
The major choreographed piece was Voulez-Vous. You've got the entire cast on this stage. That was demanding.
The Voulez-Vous. I do like to do the Voulez-Vous often.
3 fathers were horrified at the idea, and I know that's true, because I saw their faces.
Oh my God!
Colin's face, priceless. I think they all kind of wanted to leave that day. I think they were like, what did I get myself into?
Drove you nuts. After days of voulez-vous, you know, trying to do the Greek dance, you know.
I think that's actually will delight people too, is seeing 3 actually very serious actors
were up there doing their thing.
It's time to map out the number 3 most excellent thing about Mamma Mia.
Location, location, location.
Mamma Mia takes place in the Greek islands, but before the cast got to work in paradise, they had to toil on a soundstage in soggy London.
London weather was horrible. It was like rainy, cold. We'd be like in our little summer outfits going freezing from the dressing rooms to the soundstage.
It was kind of a wild disconnect. At the very end, we went to Greece for about 3 weeks to do all the exteriors, and that was unbelievable.
I realised I really was directing a Hollywood movie when we were in a helicopter looking over Greece, looking for this idyllic place.
It's very Greek. There was this church on top of a cliff where Sophie's wedding happens. Meryl runs up this huge stone staircase.
It just doesn't stop, these steps. It's really the stairway to heaven. The wind was blowing, the waves were crashing, but it sort of worked completely beautifully.
In my dreams, I have a plan.
It was really difficult because you feel like you're on vacation when you're really not, and we had to work 6 days. That one night that we had off, we partied like there was no tomorrow.
Difficult to describe to somebody what your life at the office was like on a beautiful beach with lots of young men and flippers and Pierce Brosnan and Colin Firth. It was tough, you know.
It's a rich man's world.
The leading ladies of Mamma Mia are the number 2 most excellent thing.
Sisters are doing it for themselves.
I've done a great job with soap all by myself, and I won't be muscled out by an ejaculation.
Mamma Mia is all about girl power, both on screen and off. The film is written, directed, and produced by some of the most talented women in the biz.
Judy Kramer, Katherine Johnson, also Phyllida, of course. These 3 ladies has made this thing what it is. They're all brilliant.
I think it possibly goes back to the fact that ABBA wrote great songs for women. There's a kind of cross between ironic and serendipitous that they ended up with 3 women creating 3 strong roles for women.
What do you mean?
Are you getting any?
What do you mean?
You're seeing women of a certain age being very, very silly.
Down, boy. Down, boy.
And there's no doubt that the 3 women, or really the 4 women, the Dynamos and Amanda, have the limelight, and the guys are there to support.
We were the bimbos. We were the guys over on the sideline.
Yeah, girl. We done good.
I think there's a particular spirit about the movie that is quite female, but that's not to say that this is a particularly a chick flick. I think it's sort of for everyone.
I don't care if you slept with hundreds of men.
And I haven't slept with hundreds of men.
Coming up, fabulous fashions abound.
Tonight the super.
Platforms were like 25 inches tall. No, I'm just exaggerating, but they were 8.
Next on 10 Most Excellent Things, Mamma Mia. And now, prepare yourself. It's the number 1 most excellent thing about Mamma Mia.
Tight pants and high heels.
In keeping with ABBA's wild wardrobe choices of the 70s, the cast of Mamma Mia takes plenty of fashion risks.
Oh yeah, this is one zany, colorful set of clothes that get thrown on these folks.
I wear a pair of really unattractive overalls for almost the whole movie. A career ender.
Oh, I hate to see you like this.
But these costumes that we got to wear when we were really the Dynamos, they were a kick. Platforms were like 25 inches tall. No, I'm just exaggerating, but they were 8. That really probably will seal my fate. The whole thing was ridiculously fun.
We always joke because there was a quote from a newspaper that said, Mamma Mia lets the joy wash over you. And Mamma Mia does let the joy wash over you.
Tonight the super.
I think people are going to really in addition to just responding just to all that great music, they're going to find the story extremely human and beautiful.
It's about an hour and a half of sun-drenched love, music, anguish, joy, dancing, fun. It's a wonderful, wonderful movie.